Hello. Today I wanted to talk about grounding negative energy with tourmaline, with black tourmaline. So you're grounding your negative energy back into earth so earth can naturally recycle it and put out positive energy. So when you ground your negative energy into earth, earth will recycle it, take it off your hands. So some tools that I like to use other than my black tourmaline would be some heart chakra cleansing stones, whatever you're feeling like you have, wherever you're feeling like you have the debris, the negative energy and all that anything that's clogging you up. If you kind of know, if you can sense where that's coming from, you can choose like a stone to pair with this to be more specific about what chakra you're cleansing. But what I'm gonna do here is just like an overall cleansing of all my chakras, absorbing all the negative energy out of my energy and putting it back into earth. So I actually have a tree agate on, which is good for grounding, maintaining stability and peace. And it helps me remember to be in the woods. And you don't have to be in the woods to do this, but having stones like this will help you if you don't have a visual scenery like this, if you're inside, or if it's winter or whatever. If you're in your office, you can do this like on a lunch break, whatever. You don't really need to be in the woods, but it's nice to have stones with you or other signifiers of nature around you in your stimuli so that you can kind of put that imagery in your mind, in your mind's eye. Another one that I like to use is this essential oil roll-on that I've made. It's a combination of patchouli, sandalwood, and sweet orange. So sweet orange is like a motivator and uplifter. Most citrus scents are. You have your sandalwood and your patchouli for your grounding. So this combination gives me a good, peaceful, uplifting feeling, but as well as being grounded and connected to earth. So I put a little bit of that on. Let that fill my senses. And if you can get outside, let the outside fill your senses. First thing you want to do is get grounded. So a good grounding visualization that I like to use is visualizing my energy, my energetic roots growing from my seat or my root chakra or my earth chakra. And I want to visualize these roots seeping in, crawling through the dirt, finding their way to a nice anchored spot. You know, like you get it to, let's say you're visualizing it and your root hits a rock. You want to go around that rock, keep going further, deeper and deeper into earth, feeling your weight of your body on the earth, feeling that connectivity, feeling that safety, that gravity's got your back. You're not going to go hurtling into space with this fast flying space rock that we live on, you know. So just have those feelings of trust and that feeling of calm and protection, and like you're safe here. So you get that feeling going, you got your roots grounded, and you're kind of having a commune with earth right now. You know, you're accepting the connection, you're accepting that you're a part of it, that you're made from it, and you're just allowing that feeling to really fill you. And that right there alone will be enough to really feel that in your heart chakra, like that love, that safety, that connectivity, that support. You get that from earth. You get that from yourself. Yourself is a part of earth. So having those two come together and anchoring your spirit down into the organics of earth, it helps with overthinking. It helps with like troubled thoughts. It can help with sleep. It can help because we spend too much time up here in this realm of our electrons and our firing neurons and all that. And if we don't ground this energy to earth, ground our spirit to earth, ground our thoughts to earth, then we're disconnected, because we are organic material. We are a part of earth, and we need to remember that. As much as we want to excel in our spiritual worlds, we have to remember that we are humans. We are part of earth. We are organic material. No matter how far we ascend, we must continuously ground. We must have our roots be as deep as our branches be tall. So you have that whole feeling going, you have that connectivity. Now you want to take your black tourmaline and you have this intention already set for this guy, you want to put that between your feet, in front of your feet, just somewhere around your root, you know, around your seated area that's connected. So if you're sitting in a chair, put this between your feet on the floor. Make sure your feet are flat on the ground though too. You don't always have to sit like this if you got bad back or whatever. You don't have to sit on the floor. Sit in a comfortable seated position, but always make sure that your feet are touching the ground and they are secure and they are flat, so that you can grow those visualization roots from them. So I have my black tourmaline between my feet. Now I'm going to picture all of the toxic energy that I might have in my energy field. So that could be toxic thoughts, that could be just toxic connections with people, it could just be a feeling that you have that you don't really have an image to it, to your mind. Maybe you don't really know the reason, but you're just feeling bogged down and just really like stressed out or just overwhelmed. Time to ground your energy and cleanse out that negative energy. So the reason we're also using black tourmaline is not only because it's an absorber of negative energy, but you can kind of see how it grows in these like tabular looking formations, these layered tubes almost, that you can really visualize the negative energy funneling through them. So that's a good reason why I like to use raw stones for things like this, because you can see why they are made, why they are for the purpose that they're for, because all of our stones properties come from how they grow, their colors, and also, you know, the formations. And like if they're in a layered pattern, they're going to mean this. If they're in a conglomerate pattern, they're going to mean that. So it's nice to have a rough stone when you're doing intentional work like this, so you can really see the purpose behind why you're utilizing it for that action. So I'm going to utilize my funneling tourmaline to absorb my negative energy. I'm picturing this in my mind. I'm holding on to anything that's toxic that I'm thinking about, but then I'm letting it rush from that crown chakra. I'm letting that rush down, that energy. Our energy that pumps from our heart chakra. So I'm going to let it hit my heart chakra, disperse, and just flow down continuously to my root chakra. So just start from the crown and push the debris down, 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 let it hit here, and then push out and then absorbed into your black tourmaline. So I'm envisioning my energy in my head. I'm seeing where I might have a debris. Right now I'm picturing a shadowy cloud. I have a shadowy cloud and it's over my sacral chakra, because right now I'm in my lady time. So just I can picture that cloud, because that cloud is over there, but it's also in my crown chakra, in my mind, because I'm worried about the pain. I'm worried about the next week that I'm going to have feeling like this. And I don't want to feel that way, because if we can keep our minds in a positive vibration and in a positive state about it, the pain will be less. It will be easier for me to handle, and it won't be as bad. It really won't, but you gotta get in that right mindset for that. So I'm going to allow those worries and those fears to absorb into my black tourmaline. Now I'm visualizing those clouds are no longer in my chakras. They are now in this black tourmaline, and now I'm going to, in my mind's eye, like ask this tourmaline to then push that negative energy back into earth for me. And I'm going to ask Earth too. I'm going to say, please help me with this. Please help me with this portion of my life that I'm struggling with right now, which is that specific one for me. And I'm just asking for that help. I'm asking for that support and that assistance. Let Earth handle it. She's got my back. I'm envisioning this, you know, and right then and there is bringing more positive imagery into my head. It's bringing like a release, like I don't feel so bogged down or stressed about it. I know that's a natural process, that I will get through it, you know. And it's stuff like that you really start to reframe those thoughts and into a positive thoughts when you know you have the support, when you know that you have something else that's going to be there for you to help you heal. So now I've gotten rid of my worries and I've reinstalled the programming in my mind as positive, and that it's good for me, that we're gonna be okay, and all of that, you know? And so now I have a different mindset, a different frame of mind going forward, and I'm going to radiate a more positive, higher vibration, making it a lot easier for me to go through. Feels good. So this is also another reason why I don't really typically suggest wearing black tourmaline all the time. Same with black obsidian, a lot of those black stones that like absorb, especially tourmaline though, because tourmaline absorbs negative energy. So if you don't remember to take your tourmaline off after a long day of picking up other people's toxic energy, of your own toxic thoughts, anything like that, and then you don't take off this tourmaline and re-ground it back into earth and ground that negative energy back to earth, your tourmaline will become almost poisonous for you. So I don't really suggest wearing them unless you're gonna keep up on a regular regimented routine on cleansing every time after you get home or after you are relaxing. Take that off. Sometimes all I have to do is take it off and leave it in the grass, or just leave it outside, or just leave it alone, leave it by some selenite, you know. But watch out for black stones because of that, because obsidian, black obsidian, is also known as volcano glass, volcanic, or just lava glass, because it is formed from the eruption of a volcano. So that's why its properties are deep rooted and seated with bringing up something that maybe you've suppressed, or something that you're holding on to that you didn't know that's bad for you, toxic for you, and it's gonna bring that up to the surface. So if you're wearing it every day, I don't know if you can. I personally can't handle constantly dredging up the bottom of my soul every single day. I know that that's our purpose during healing, is to do those kinds of things and face them, to be able to feel them, to be able to heal them, but in small doses. Because unless you're working with a healer who can help you with the coping skills and the tools to resettle yourself after you dredge all that up. But either way, you don't want to do this all the time. To kind of set a little time aside for yourself to work with stones like that, like a special day. Maybe you have off the next day from work, you can relax, you can refresh, revitalize, reboot, you know, because it does take a lot. It's going to come up. You're going to be rethinking about these things. You're going to be healing them, letting them go, which is great, but then your body's going to be tired. You're going to be a little bit depressed, a little bit sad. So you want to have time to be able to give yourself these things, these coping skills, the grounding, the playing outside, having a cup of tea, putting some cold on the back of your neck, you know, like self-care after healing. It's very important. So just when you're working with stones that are going to dredge up old things, or dredge up feelings that need to be faced, or suppressed emotions, just be more mindful about it. Set a day for it, set a time for it. Make that be the intention while you're working with that stone. Wearing them nilly-willy, like just every day, you might not, it might be great for a while, and then one day you're just like, why do I feel so extra heavy? Why do I feel so extra tense or irritable or whatever? It's because you're wearing that black stone. You're not giving yourself that break that you need to refuel and reboot and ground. So that's just a couple tips for the day. If anyone's interested, I do have some of the warm sand scent, and I also have some rough tourmaline for sale that I'm going to make into a package, and I'll put on my Facebook page for if anyone's interested, on the business page. So be sure to check out Terror Vibes on Facebook, and follow our group Crystal Vibes and Mindful Living to learn more about this stuff, to learn more about grounding, more about healing, more about working with crystals and your senses and things like that. Be good to yourselves today. It's muggy. Everybody's going through that heat wave, and you're gonna feel tense and irritable. Get out, ground in your air conditioning. Just look outside. That's enough. Just get safe. Get your roots anchored into earth, and remember, you are earth. You are the universe as well. You're organic, and you're also spirit. You're organic, and you're also collective consciousness. You are two. You are both. So take that spirit, ground it into earth, ground into your body, ground into your safe space. Okay? Have a great day, everyone.